revenge on the man he gave a world title opportunity to March 2024. And it was only right that Fundora gave him a return opportunity. And here we are inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This reminds me of the movie 300. Because Sebastian Fundora is that guy.
Big right hand miss there from Zoo. Let's not forget this.
Owning the center line, which is important too, because Johnson has to close distance and dip in a bit to be able to come over the top and land. So they want him at least feigning the knee, putting it out there, kind of getting a reaction. And they do want more hands. They do want him to start boxing a little bit more.
Combinations there for Johnson. Gazelle Hoover to the body. Fundora told us,
There we go.
the fight is not brought to me, I will bring the fight. But I just can really marvel at what feels like the old adage, you become champion, you become 30% better. I think in the past year we've seen Fundora grow mentally, grow with the confidence. He was in command against Cordell Booker in his last time out and delivered the knockout shot. Used distance more than normal.
Yes.
I wonder if we're in the midst of an evolution here for Fundora to the peak version of what we're going to see.
He got so frustrated that people kept saying that he doesn't know how to box, he can't box, he's not using the distance, not gifted height and reach. Well, guess what? He started to do that tonight. Nice jab, distance, keeping Tim Tszyu outside.
When I spoke with Sebastian, he told me I have to take him to that dark place where Bakram Murtazaliev took him, and remember what that felt like getting hurt early, and that's why Fundora wants to get off to a quick start.
Let's not forget, not all fighters come back from the type of loss Tim Tszyu suffered last fall in Orlando against Murtazaliev. That was one-way traffic, one knockdown after another until it was mercifully stopped.
It's lit up here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and Fundora cannot get careless.
Definitely not, but it doesn't hurt Tim Tszyu right now. He does not know what's going on. He didn't even see that left hand because he landed a right hook. Tim Tszyu, but the left hand got him quicker and sharper.
And look at the poise of Fundora, excuse me. This is a much more patient distance looking to set up shots than we saw in that first fight or really in any other Fundora fight.
And Fundora said, he says, look, this is the art of war. I have the mental edge over Tim Tszyu, and now he has the physical edge over Tim Tszyu. And you can see the legs of Tszyu once again shaken up.
10 seconds.
From Fundora.
Very tough ground for Tim Tszyu. Could not get in, and when he tried, he got dropped.
A nightmare start for the Aussie here.
Nice.
In Las Vegas, and let's see how he reacts.
Vamos a lastimarlo.
We're going to keep
Serenito,
hurting.
dame el agua.
Take things slow.
Serenito, así, no te desesperes y tirando volados. No, tócalo en las líneas.
After that, that was lightning quick.
It was lightning quick. Tim Tszyu thought that he was going to be able to get in easily like he did in the first fight. He tried to hook, and he got hit with that straight left from Fundora. Long time. They both hit each other at the same time, but more power behind the punch from Fundora. There it is. It could have been easily a double knockdown, but the power came from Fundora. Perfectly timed, right in the chin, right in the center. Down goes Tim Tszyu.
And Tszyu is probably thinking, against any other fighter in the world, my left gets there first. But when you have a 9.5-inch reach disadvantage, something like that can and will happen. Let's see what adjustments happen early on here as Tim Tszyu comes out to the second round, down 10-8.
Consider how often Fundora used to give away that height advantage. An 8.5-inch reach, and tonight standing straight up, but straight up in a safe way there, protecting his chin. If he becomes the type of puncher that can get people out of here consistently, that's a dangerous thought for this division.
14 knockouts and 22 wins as it is. But he's done it from the inside, not really from the outside, as he's trying to set up Tim Tszyu as he goes to the chest of Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, Tim Tszyu's having second thoughts right now, even throwing the overhand right or left, because he knows that Fundora is ready to counterpunch. So he's got to be cautious. He's got to do the side steps, coming from an angle, not straight forward.
because there's no safe place. I mean, there's places in the ring where you're like, I'm good here. Not against Fundora.
He's not doing the thing you're supposed to do. Sebastian gets us off.
He's getting to pull on that right hook from Tim Tszyu, and here comes the barrage of punches from Fundora. But you can't get careless because Tim Tszyu is looking for that shot.
This is the only way Tszyu knows to punch his way out of trouble.
But he's just out of range.
Big time. He's out of range. He can't.
Oh, that's a nice left hook there from Tim Tszyu.
He's got to keep trying.
See the determination in Tszyu's face. You can also see the damage from the power punches of Fundora.
He's got to take that jab away from Fundora. That's the only way. How do you do it? You jab with him. You power that jab down. That lead hat from Fundora. You walk to the side. I was going to say that he's not doing what you're supposed to do against a sophomore, which is walk to your left. He's walking straight forward.
Guys, the cut was a nightmare over the left eye that kept closing the eye. Now there's a cut over the right eye of Tim Tszyu, and Jim Gray asked his cutman, Mark Gambit, do you have the coagulant that you need if there is a cut? They said yes. So we'll see what kind of work they're able to do in between rounds, because not only did he get dropped in the first, now there's a cut on Tim Tszyu. I said, why no change in the cutman or trainer after your loss? He says, I'm loyal to my guys.
Tszyu still looks a bit shaky on his legs here. He's punching back, which is what he does. It's just Fundora commanding that control of distance. That's the difference in this fight.
There's that jab there. Reach from Fundora right now.
10 seconds.
He's staying in full control.
And things continue to get worse for Tim.
Fine.
How are they going to work?
Дыши. Дыши, дыши. Нужно в защите стоять, и когда на тебя идет вот эти удары, надо драться, выкидывай, и сразу смещайся за него, за спину уходи. Уходи за спину. Вот эти движения на ногах, лево-право, давай, принеси ноги. Давай, свяжись. Свяжись.
And this is Tszyu fighting for survival. Off the ropes. Trying to land a big shot. Trying to get the attention of Fundora. But he was eating those straight punches. But definitely trying for Tim Tszyu. And like you mentioned, Bernardo, that's the only way you can do it. An overhand right and punch in the face of Fundora. We've seen Fundora go down with that punch.
And you saw Tim Tszyu immediately pawing at that right eye. This time, it was Mark Gambit doing the work on the cut on the outside of the eyelid. But it looked like there was nervous moments of tension there in that corner. There's a nice right from Tim Tszyu, getting from underneath.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he's walking straight back. He's still giving the distance.
That's the type of shot after when you duck down against a taller fighter, it gets hit almost on the side of the ear, back of the neck. It's a dangerous place to be against Fundora.
Yeah, and you're not moving your feet, so that punch is never going to land. You got to take a step or 2 steps forward.
Low blow there from Tim Tszyu.
And don't forget, Tim Tszyu told us one of his biggest takeaways looking back at the first fight was he thought Fundora was slower and less powerful than he anticipated. Maybe that gave him a certain level of confidence early on, but he cannot stand in punching range for that big left cross from Fundora.
There's a counter right from Fundora here as Tim Tszyu had early success in round 3.
I like what Tszyu's doing right now. He's not aiming for the head. He's going for the chest. 2 straight right hands that landed so far.
Good work so far on that cut from the right eyelid of Tim Tszyu.
That's what you do against a top fighter. You aim for the chest.
Straight shots. But you've got to cover yourself defensively because Fundora is seeing the spots and he's getting to those.
He cannot handle this version of Fundora's power. Every left hand is hurting him.
He can't get in, guys. He can't get in.
Now it's up to Fundora to realize that, recognize it, and continue to use his range and not get too greedy because Tim Tszyu can still be dangerous. difficult mission for Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time that Fundora times that again and catches with the straight left.
Look, you don't hear the name Freddie Fundora talked about enough when we talk about the elite trainers in this game. Sebastian's sister Gabriella, the undisputed women's champion at flyweight. And look at the evolution over the last 3 fights here for Sebastian Fundora.
That jab. The discipline between that. This is the jab. Not overcommitting, just 1, 2, the basics and fundamentals.
And the ability after to switch it on the fly. He turned a jab into a short right hook. I mean, look, Tszyu is giving everything he can. But he's just being outgunned here through 3 rounds.
Tim Tszyu was definitely not expecting this version of Fundora.
5. Such a squad card.
Дыши. Надо начинать бить. Больше правой. Надо не уходить от него, а наоборот к нему. К нему. Бить.
Here we're going to take a look at the short, crisp left hook from Fundora. Ooh, straight, timed it perfectly. Pie down. Here it is. Jab. You miss, I make you pay. And he's going to keep doing that, and he's going to be doing that all night.
Guys, how dominant is this version of Sebastian Fundora? In 13 fights tracked by CompuBox, Fundora threw the most punches ever against Tszyu when he threw 74 in their first fight. He's topped that number twice in the first 3 rounds. He's up to 236 thrown, 54 landed overall to 74 thrown and 26 landed for Tszyu.
I know it's a broken record, but the old Fundora, look, we knew he was a dog. We know the stamina, the warrior spirit that he has, but you don't need to lead with that. And when he's leading instead with this jab and the threat of that left cross, he's just a different fighter.
It just makes it so easy. He's got the advantage, God-gifted advantage to hide the reach.
Yes.
It only matters if you know how to use it. He's really learned how to use it in this fight.
But you can't use it if you don't believe in it. If he believes in the power of his left hand.
But that's the thing, people did not believe that he could do it. And he's showing us
That left hand was a straight shot that hurt Tim Tszyu once again. How will he deal with it? You've got to credit Tim Tszyu art here. Oh, another one of those exchanges.
Now this is the back and forth we expected. Tszyu might be hurt, but he is loading up the right hand.
Those are dangerous shots because Fundora's falling into him.
He has to find a big shot. He has to turn the momentum of this fight. He's got to switch it. It's only going to take a shot that hurts Fundora.
Tim Tszyu called this fight a make or break moment in his career, and he is fighting with that desperate urgency.
Oh my goodness, that left is just perfect from Fundora.
But Tim Tszyu is right there. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. No head movement. No side steps. There you go. Feet. Watch to the left. That's as I saw. He's a somewhere. He wants to
Three combinations, all straight lefts. Here comes a right. Tim Tszyu, things are heating up here, but it's Fundora total control so far. With less than 50 seconds left here in round number 4.
This crowd is exploding every time Tszyu lands big.
Body shot from Tszyu.
This is what you do. You throw a jab if you're Tim Tszyu. You take a step left, and then you throw the overhead right, and the head is going to be right there to be hit from Fundora.
I'm not sure Tszyu is recovered yet from the first round knockdown.
Oh, look at that left hand. Bloody the nose of Fundora.
Now it's memories of the first fight where Fundora had to deal with that nosebleed since the second round. What a great body shot from Fundora.
Okay, win or lose moving forward, Tszyu is showing us who he is once again.
Second.
The blood of a legend courses through his vein, and now the blood of a Mexican
Härifrån. You don't need to be getting everything. You don't need to into that shit. Alright?
Back and forth action versus Fundora right here, letting the straight punches land. 1-2, 1-2, uppercut, he switches, but then Tim Tszyu comes back with his own overhand right. But see, he has that right hand and he takes a step back, or he stays right there. He's got to lean in with it and keep going with it, like Pitbull was doing in the last fight. Beautiful right hook right there for Fundora, but again, no shift, no turning. He stayed in the same place.
Fundora's got to go back to what was working for him.
Exactly. Tszyu succeeded last round in bringing back the Fundora of the first fight. You saw the slips in defense, leaving his hands down, his chin exposed. Luckily for Fundora, he has a heck of a beard.
Yeah, he does.
A great punch out. But last round, he threw 100 punches, landed 32. His opponent, Tim Tszyu, 13. The more significant punches, maybe, out of 45. But those numbers just can't keep adding up for Fundora the way they are. And Tim Tszyu expect to get a decision tonight.
Nice lead hand jab. Upstairs, downstairs, he hooks that jab. Speaking of Fundora, he just turns him. He's doing all the right things as a tall fighter.
Tim Tszyu's doing a better job.
Tim Tszyu.
He's doing a better job seeing the left hand of Fundora at the very least.
But take that step in.
There's that step in upper right shot.
Fundora's starting to abandon the jab, which is allowing Tszyu to get closer to him.
And Tszyu is starting to get his wits about him. His legs are under him.
I think the jab is still there, but I think Tim Tszyu is doing a fantastic job of tightening that left hand.
And he's parrying a lot of those jabs.
See, there's the jab. He's waiting for Fundora to left hand go. See, he tried it there. Wrong timing though.
Fundora's also pawing a lot more with the jab, which is usually due to the anticipation of the right hand coming in return from Tszyu.
There it is.
So if you're Fundora, you want to switch that straight left into an uppercut now.
That means you got to get closer here and give Tszyu an opportunity to shoot his shots.
There, you can land it and then get back to the jab.
There's just so much tension because you can see the fight changing on just one punch either way.
Two big right hands for Tszyu. Fundora undeterred by the bloody nose he suffered earlier.
Ooh, that's a dangerous proposition from Tim Tszyu. He really exposed himself leaping in like that.
He's awake now, Tim Tszyu. He's making adjustments. He's alert. He knows what he's doing. He's waiting for the right time. There it is. He landed on the shoulder of Fundora.
You can see he believes he found something on the looping overhead right. It's going to come down to the timing of it.
Exactly.
10 seconds.
Big shot. The right moment.
Nice jab from Sebastian Fundora to stop the momentum of Tszyu. That's a good punch.
Side.
Round 6 coming. И надо его засаживать. Надо засаживать. Останавливай дыхание.
The straight right hand from Tim Tszyu in this last round was working from him. There it is. He faded there. He faded with the jab and he landed that right hand. There it is again. Boom, he's just gotta take that step in and land it, but not flush. Beautiful right hand again. Touching the face of Fundora.
What a difference when you see the work of the cutman this time around. Mark Gammon, when he has the right tools. And now it's not even an issue that Tim Tszyu has to deal with.
And that's why he gave him a second chance. He's loyal, he said.
Remember, was Fundora who made the adjustments in the first fight to begin boxing after that cut and the impact it had on Zoo. It's Zoo that's making the better adjustments right now to carry some strong momentum behind those right hands.
There's another right hand from Tim Zoo. Now the first round that our unofficial scorer Larry Hazel gave to Tim Zoo to make it a 49-45 unofficial scorecard. But Zoo is starting to gain some momentum, a lot of confidence. His legs and his wits about him, digging to the body once again, and that's going to set up a shot over the top.
This kind of reminds me of when he fought Terrell Boucher. When Terrell Boucher dropped him, it took him like 2-3 rounds for him to get the rhythm, to get the pace and timing, and this is what I'm seeing right now from Tim Zoo.
Yes, that was Zoo's U.S. debut, and he told me that he came out into Terminator mode way too quickly, learned his lesson when he got humbled by that early flash knockout, and sort of became the boxer puncher from mid-range that we know him to be.
Look, a 21-3 advantage on body shots for Tim Zoo through the first 5 rounds, and that's the way you wear down a 6'5" 5.5-inch opponent. You go downstairs.
Yes. He's turned on the faucet of blood from the nose of Fundora once more.
Nice left there from Fundora. Doesn't have the same crack as it did earlier on in the fight, though.
And neither does his jab, to be fair. And I think some of that is just the two-way fighting that's happening and the result of the threat of these right hands.
And another thing, it kind of became repetitive right now what Fundora is doing. Jab, jab, straight left, jab, jab, straight left. That is why Tim Zoo is trying to time it.
The other thing, too, is there's the worry of having to bring it back defensively. It's not snapping anymore. And he's got to make Tim Zoo think before he takes that step forward.
Tim Zoo just never quits on himself, for better or for worse, when it gets hairy in there.
It's time to work those shoulders as well. If you're Tim Zoo, you're the smaller fighter, break them down. Shoulder shots.
Good exchange, and now from Fundora.
That's something that Canelo Alvarez does really well. Hits you on the arms, on the shoulders, and he brings your guard down.
Fundora, the tallest world champion in all of boxing, taller than any heavyweight or cruiserweight.
That right hand of Zoo just barely missed its mark there. You heard the crowd roar in approval.
Second.
For Tim Zoo in this round.
They're stepping in. Don't let him surprise you with anything. Be calm.
I got me, te quiero sorprender, okay? Don't end game, no game. Dejar los legs. Right? Derechito y después viene con todo. His wires are trying to turn.
As I mentioned, that double left hands, very effective here.
Beautiful left hook right there from Tim Zoo, but he got caught with that straight left, the one that knocked him down. Exactly how it happened. Both landed.
We are now halfway through this fight. I'd love to bring in Joe Goosen for his impressions of what we've seen in the first half of this rematch.
Yeah, right now, of course, Fundora's got the upper hand. Zoo's trying to make a comeback, but he's still, the distance is a problem for him right now. Fundora's actually keeping him on the end of his punches pretty well, and Zoo has got to use his feet to get in closer because he's left with throwing like that left hook on that replay, and he got cracked with the left hand from Fundora. So even if he's punching from a distance, he's still getting hit. He's got to find his way closer towards Fundora to really be able to score without getting hit coming in. So needs more head movement, more pressure, and he's got to start nailing Fundora. But see how those punches are missing from out there, or getting blocked by Fundora. He's got to close that gap. That's the point. He's got to close the gap. Right there, he got close enough to land that hook.
Absolutely good start for Tim Tszyu and Joe, the nodding of approval from Abramades as you were saying or giving us your analysis means you may have a future in this business.
I hope to audition for you guys one day.
You can make it happen.
All right, thanks, guys.
He's so right about that. Look at the feet; they're so planted. Speaking of Tim Tszyu, he's got to take that step forward when he throws that right hand.
He had two clean, hard left hands there from Fundora in that sequence.
And from inside range, not from the outside. That's a nice stiff jab again. He's back on the stick. Is Sebastian Fundora. Ooh. Now we're getting some exchanges. Oh, there's a right hand that sends the blood flicking up in the face of Sebastian Fundora.
Tim Tszyu is a throwback fighter. They both are. Look at this action.
And then Fundora says, "You're gonna hit me in the head, I'm gonna go downstairs, and how about this left uppercut?" He's back to the old top from Tim Tszyu.
The inside game. This is not the fight for Fundora, but still dangerous.
Tszyu's gonna launch that uppercut there.
He's setting it up. He's trying to find just enough room. Here's Fundora, but then he gets clipped with the left hook. And now you see the flinching from Fundora.
Some fighters are just made for each other when it comes to entertaining dance partners in the sport of boxing.
You're right there, Tim. Let those punches go. Overhand right there it is. Don't take the step back. Don't give up the distance. And that's what Tim Tszyu's doing.
That was a short shot from Fundora that clipped Kim Tszyu as he was having his best moment. I mean, both guys are relentless.
10 seconds.
Both guys have a lot of pride. Both guys exude heart, passion, and this.
What a rivalry.
5.
Maybe up to the left eye of Sebastian Fundora. Crowd on its feet.
Сядь, давай. Сядь, отдохни. Молчи. What's the round coming up, eh? It's okay.
It took Tim Tszyu a while to sit on the stool. But let's look at the right hand that was landing for Tim Tszyu. Boom! That's the overhand right that he's been looking for all night to get Fundora's attention. He got it. He definitely got it, but guess what? Fundora became even more. There's the left hook as well. More dangerous because Fundora, he's dangerous in the inside.
It's over. The fight is done. Sebastian Fundora retains.
Yes, Fundora retains his title.
Tszyu and the towering inferno gets to celebrate once again.